Hey guys, Clumsy here. Everything good audio video wise? Something seemed to have popped, so we'll see shortly. Ooh, that's loud. Seems like there's a plane starting right beside us. Oh no, hair vanished! Finally, got my hair cut. After I checked, the last time I had an official haircut was 5 months ago. Not counting the one that Mrs. Clumsy did, that was 5 months ago. Good morning everyone, good evening. Thank you for joining. Maybe let's stay inside. Nah, I think it's okay. Just so we can have a bit of sightseeing, plane spotting there as they land. It is a bit loud though, sorry about that. Okay, that guy has landed. Let's stay inside here. Whew, that's a lot better. Anyway, so how is everyone doing? Thank you for joining me in this stream. I thought of flying again today because it would be less than a month from now when we get Flight Sim 2020. I'm sure I'll be getting into that. And I need some practice. I need some flight hours. So might as well get the most of our streams for the rest of the weeks until Flight Sim 2020 comes. And at least when the sim is arriving, my flight skills or lack thereof would be in tip-top shape. Thanks for joining. Who do we have? I think we have Blade Runner and Jay. How are you guys? Yes, finally back to flying, Sonoma. Finally, it's been a while. Hey Patrick, fancy seeing you here. Thanks for joining. Sorry I couldn't drop by and come back to Jack's stream. Hey Buster, 1 a.m. I guess you are somewhere in the UK. We are right there with you. Well, as close as possible. We are currently in Edinburgh. In the sim at least. Hey Hades, thank you for joining. And I think we are good. Yarbla. I was actually pretty torn on what to play today. It was a decision among either Satisfactory, because we have plenty to do there, SnowRunner, because there's a new map I haven't tried yet, or Explain. And we all know which one. 5 months, yeah, the hat fits now. It's not anymore blowing out of proportion because of the hair. 8 to 9 months. I can only imagine how the hair looks now. No, I haven't pre-purchased it. I don't see a point in it at the moment. I mean, I will purchase it anyway when it comes close, but there's no bonus, no nothing, so I don't see a benefit in buying it right now. Unless it's like like the old school days when CDs can run out of stock, right? That you're pre-purchasing makes a lot of sense. You can't not cut your hair for a month without your teacher complaining. Yeah, I can imagine that. British Airways, I think. Is that an A319? Sure looks like it. Hey, Alex. Yar, Jack. Thanks for joining, guys. Yeah, sorry couldn't come back. Lots of things happening in the background. Trying to do some last minute stuff. Hey, Nick. Thank you for 10 months. Welcome back. Glad you made it. How are you? How have you been? So I have recently enjoyed, again, getting back into GA, General Aviation, flying the smaller planes, and getting back into FS Economy. If you've seen that video from yesterday, we actually got back into Flight Sim Economy, FS Economy, and I was finally able to buy my own plane. After, when did we start FS Economy? I guess more than a year ago. Let's have a look at the logs. Is there a possibility to see the first flight ever? Yeah, my first flight ever was in 2019 of March, and it took us more than a year of saving up and investing. Well, I wasn't really that active in FS economy for some time, but here we are. I was finally able to buy my own plane, TBM 900. I saw one that was being sold for $500,000. So I jumped into it, and yeah, first ever plane, and I'll be taking care of it really well, or as much as I can at least. Love the Idaho vids. Ah, that's great. Glad you like them. We'll have some more because I want to make a video driving to Salmon. It's one of the best sights I've seen in the DLC. Hey Hud, welcome back to this week's your week off, right? Glad you could join. Good decision not to pre-purchase it. Yeah, I think there's no added benefit at the moment. Do you have other thoughts about it? Nice sunny winter day in Western Australia. Oh yeah, it is winter, huh? Interesting. So this is our job for today. I want to make our way north from Edinburgh. Make our way north, even more north of Scotland. Because I see some exciting terrain in this route. Hopefully we'll get to see them, but probably not because of this overcast situation in the clouds. But yeah, we'll just enjoy the flight and try to roam around, maybe do some manual flying VFR if we can. £1 Xbox Game Pass. Yeah, I think that's what most of the people will do. It's very practical. Hey, thanks for the follow. Ah, there we go. Hey, Step. Thanks for joining. Appreciate the follow. Welcome to the stream. So, yeah, I think that's a valid approach. Going with the Game Pass for the first month. Just trying out Flight Sim. If you like it, if your system can run it. And then if you like it, if you're ready to jump in and buy the full game or stick with Game Pass. But for me, I'm not sure if I will go with that. I might just go ahead and go straight to the exclusive one, just so I have access to all the planes already. We'll see. No, we are on PC. Butter landing yesterday too. That was actually pretty lucky. That almost never happens. My usual landing rate for this plane is around 200 to 300 feet per minute. So, not the best. Also, I've been enjoying Little Nav Map again. It's just such an amazing tool. Especially the map. Highlights the map in Little Nav Map. Gives you all the details you need from an overview like this. And to all the details, all the AI planes, so you can see immediately if there's someone's on final, where the AI planes are. This is perfectly synchronized with X-Plane. And if you zoom in, like so, you actually get all the information of the airport itself, including the gates, the parking stands, and the taxiways, and the runways, runway length, runway heading. So you don't have to fumble around in AVTab, look at the charts. Everything is here. Well, we look at the charts for the departures, the arrivals, and the approach. But regarding the airport diagram, this is as good as it gets. And this, I think, is perfectly synced with X-Plane. You can also view the weather from here. So everything is right there at your fingertips already. Quite nice. Yeah, exactly. I have Navigraph as well. I actually did pay for that because it's such an immersive experience. Am I in the right airport? Yes, Echo Golf Papa Hotel, Edinburgh. 132 feet. We'll need that later. But for now, what we need is the departure chart, because we will be going via the Grice 3 Charlie departure. like so. If the weather is still holding. The weather here in Edinburgh has been so weird. It's super sunny, no clouds, and then the next minute it's raining and overcast. And then it goes back to sunny. And then now it's overcast and raining again. So I don't know. We'll see what it finally ends up with when we fly. It's a week off. Slept at 4, woke up at 8. Awesome. Perfect for the week off. How's the return to work so far? It has been pretty busy, but I like it. I kind of miss the work. This is how little nav map looks like. You can see the vertical profile in there. That's the departure that we're going to follow. Looks like there are some altitude restrictions in there, but it gives you all the details. It's so nice. Even gives you the weather information. So this is synchronized with ActiveSky, my weather injector, and then it gives you the information on which are the best runways to use based on the wind. It's pretty cool. I like it. So let's keep that here on the side. My back pocket. Hey Bri. Welcome back, man. Sorry for the slow start, guys. We'll pick up the speed in a bit. Just trying to get a hold of all these windows. I have so many windows open. My PC is hardly able to keep up. My RAM is being used up. A while ago, it was 97% utilized, the physical RAM. I only have 16 gigs of RAM. Yeah, Navigraph paid subscription, but the immersion I think is well worth it. Alright, so this is going to be our departure. So we track 368, the NDB, Edinburgh, NDB. Then we, what is that? We make a right turn. Oh, how do you hand fly that? Like a zigzag thingy. Some advanced departure procedures here. Transition altitude is 6,000 feet. Do not climb above 6,000 until instructed by ATC. So we have a ceiling of 6,000 feet until Grice. Climb gradient. Climb straight ahead to Edinburgh, NDB. Turn right, intercept TLA, radial 352. What is TLA? I guess that's a VOR. Radial 352 to 32 TME TLA. Okay. Turn left, cross 33. What the heck? Okay. And then it's going to be 347. Cross TME 38, TLA above 45, max 6,000 to Grice at 6,000. Okay. So it seems like there's like a bit of a zigzag thing. But hopefully the flight plan will be able to understand that correctly. So we just follow the flight directors at the end of the day. Just so I don't have to use my brain so much. Squirrel stream the other day. Yeah, I have no idea either. I mean, I'm having a hard time as it is right now, but it's such a great experience. I can only imagine. Let's remove the chocks here, but let's enable the parking brake. Let's remove the covers. I really like this TBM 900. This is the most I would say well-made plane I think in X-Plane. Fully simulated, and it even has integration with Flight Sim, FS Economy. See it here. FS Economy Flight Active. So you cannot change the payload nor the fuel because that is coming from the FS Economy site. Good. Let's close that. Everything is closed here as well. Alright, start up the plane. Turn on our strobes. That is the beacon. Those are the beacons for this plane. Some people complain why you turn on the strobes even if you're not on the runway yet. For this plane, I believe that serves as the beacon as well. So you turn it on as soon as you start the plane. At least that's what I've heard. If you've heard differently, let me know. Turn off the speaker there. Supernatural, I know, right? Streamer blindness mode enabled. Ignore chat if the questions are repeated or annoying. Yeah, that's a skill. The internal volume will increase later on. Believe me. No, but yeah, it will be deafening later. Okay, let's see. Plane looks good. 3 red, 3 yellow. Everything looks like it is in its proper place. Let's go and get the flight plan first though. So I think what we can do is I can, from Little Nav Map, I can save this as an X-Plane FMS file. And then I can load it immediately here so I don't have to plug in each one separately. If I can find it at least. There it is. Papa Hotel to... Yes. What is Q? Wow. I forget my AKO alphabet. So turn that on. That should then plug in everything. Runway 24. Then that's the... Okay, exactly. And that gives us all the vertical restrictions. Above 4,000. Above 4,500. Rise at 6,000. So let's enter that. Because if it's white, it's only for guidance. If it's in... Is this blue or green? Then that is something that the plane would respect. Airway 15,000. Okay, and no approach set yet. Let's worry about the approach later. For now, let's maybe just set here 1,000 feet, just so we can fly above the airport and gauge the weather. We'll see. I wondered why Clumsy always ignores me. Yikes. I'm busted. Conveniently miss chat when they try telling the streamer they missed something important. Yes. But this is the skill I guess you'll have to develop eventually. Right, looks good. Some planes here. Let's go ahead and tune into ATIS. Strangely enough, ATIS seems to be non-existent. Let's see. ATIS is 131.355. 131.355. This is the hard part in this plane. Tuning the radios. It would be so nice if you have like the physical knobs. I'm just too cheap to buy that. 355 should be. There you go. And then we turn on COM2.
Edinburgh Information Hotel.
There we go.
800 Zulu weather. Wind light and variable. Visibility more than 10. Rain. Sky conditions 14,000 overcast. Temperature 12, 2.9. Area QNH 1024. Arriving
1024.
runway 24. Departing runway 24. Advise on initial contact. You have hotel.
We have hotel. So that's correct. Departing runway is 24. That's what we've set. Looks like the overcast clouds are at flight level 140. We will be cruising at 150, so we should be above the clouds afterwards. But we'll see how that works. For now, let's set here up to 6,000 feet, since that's the how do you say, the vertical restriction for us. Zoom out here. Yeah, that seems to coincide a bit with what we've seen in the departure chart. Turn right, turn left, like a little bit of a zigzag. And then we go to Grice and then proceed to the rest of the flight plan. Could all of chat fit in this plane? I think we have plenty of room. Like there. Squeeze yourselves in. Not really. Jack and Alex are always on this plane. Alright. So runway heading is 241. Let me adjust that here. If I can do that at least. 241. Looks good. Let's go ahead and start the plane. Here's some rumble. They are the test passengers, yeah. The brave souls. Or guinea pigs, depending on how you look at it. Aux boost pump is on. Let's start the timer. Starter is on. 13% NG, introduce fuel. And then we monitor the situation. ITT shouldn't go beyond the red line, otherwise it would be a hot start. NG should be 30% by 30 seconds, otherwise it would be a hung start. Looks like we're good. NG up to 50%. And engine looks good right there. Go to flight idle. Start the inertial separator. See? Weather looks good again. I don't get it. Start main generator. Aux. Boost pump to auto. Fuel selection to auto. Trims to on. Autopilot trims. Bleed is auto. Air conditioning is on. Looking good right there. Everything in the green. As so. Perfect. An app to change accents. Why would I want to change my accent? Yes, you guys are in here, whether you like it or not. I do love the clouds though. Cloud art is so beautiful. For 2D clouds, I don't think you can do any better. It is a bit laggy, it's a bit framey, but we can work with that. Sounds like your washing machine. Yeah, let's go ahead and put on the headset. I can switch to clearance delivery in here. I've tried recently to hand fly the plane. A bit harder, a bit more shaky. Not good for you guys, but it's good for me in my experience. Flickering lights. Still a problem. I got the magic for these lights before, but now I think it's starting to get broken again. There we go. There's the magic spot. Play around in some situations. Ah, a nice experiment. So let's get our clearance here. I also changed, I changed the call sign, but I forgot to change it here. Yeah, let's change it for now. 461 Kilo Tango. Let's keep that for now, because I forgot to change it. And I'm too lazy to
TBM
speak.
1 Kilo Tango ready to copy IFR
Let's
clearance.
let the guy take care of it.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango is cleared to Echo Golf Quebec Sierra. Climb via the
Quebec,
3 degrees
there you
Celsius
go.
departure, with the Grice transition, then as filed. Expect departure runway 24. Climb to flight level 100 via the departure.
100.
Expect higher clearances 6 minutes after departure. Squawk 4455.
4455.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango is cleared to Echo Golf Quebec Sierra climb via the
Spin cycle
GRIC 3C
started.
departure with the Grice transition then as
What
filed
here?
climb to flight level 100 via the departure expect higher clearances 6 minutes after departure squawk 4455.
Seconds per frame.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango Redback correct. QNH is 1024 contact ground on 121.75 when ready to taxi.
To 1.75.
QNH is 1024 ground on 121.75 TBM 1 Kilo Tango.
Yeah, I can imagine. Chrome is a hog on the RAM. And eventually you'll run out. There you go. There's the ground frequency. What is the tower frequency? 118.705. Let's see if we can tune that in. I wonder how this plane will be in Flight Sim 2020. I have my doubts if it will be as detailed as this, but I'm hoping at least the general feel would be the same.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango ready to taxi.
Let's have a look where
TBM
you will
1
be
Kilo
asked to
Tango
taxi.
taxi to runway 24 via taxiways Alpha. Hold short runway 24.
Okay, that's simple.
Taxi to runway 24 via taxiways
So Alpha
Alpha
is
hold
this
short
one.
runway 24 TBM 1 Kilo Tango.
Okay. Sounds like your Elite Dangerous flying skills. Barrel roll, anyone? Let's release the parking brake. I think we can handle a sharp U-turn here. Hopefully we won't hit those guys. Lots of EasyJet planes here. Looks like this British Airways. No, let's race for it. Actually, no, you know what? Let's wait for that guy because we'll need to turn left where he is right now. Yeah, some people like having many tabs open, or it's not that they like it, they just don't close it on their own. Like when they have a new search or a new window, just keep opening them until they pile up. Look at that fuel truck getting in trouble. Okay, looking good. This should be Alpha. Yes. Haven't been to Changi Airport in a while. Yeah, same here. I still try to stay away from crowds as much as possible. Except when I got the haircut. That was no choice. Yes, the weather changed again. I have no clue why that happens. Seems to be very finicky weather here in Edinburgh right now. Normally the weather change is not that drastic. It's normally the clouds would maybe change in appearance, in density, but it wouldn't be that extreme that it's from fully zero clouds to a fully overcast one, even raining. Hey Juan, Chipotle man. Oh, I like the name. Welcome to the stream. So how have you guys been? What have you been up to? Idaho? Trying out other games? Look at that guy on final. Whew. Hey, what the? I'm using CH Eclipse yoke. It's a pretty cheap yoke. Very friendly for starter pilots like me. Very affordable. Not the best, but it's quite nice.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango contact tower on 118.7, have a good morning.
Tower on 118.7 TBM 1 Kilo Tango.
This is the ILS 24. For bad weather, you stay behind here. But if it's not ILS, I don't know, category 2 or 3 maybe, you can stay until that point. Anyway, let's switch to tower. Should have opened my lights as well, taxi lights at least, because it is quite dark. Waiting for your professional trucker certificate to arrive. That's awesome, man. Congrats. UK weather can barely make up its mind some days. There are some guys from the UK here, believe it or not. Yeah, some night owls like you. Where is the call there?
Tower TBM 1 Kilo Tango ready for departure runway 24.
Actually, I forgot some items.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango with the light and
Heater.
variable cleared for takeoff, runway 24.
Takeoff trim, rudder trim. Don't even have my flaps set for takeoff yet. That should be good. That being said, pilot to ATC cannot see any of the planes coming in, unfortunately. There's a bit of disconnect between Traffic Global and pilot to ATC, so they will always clear you for takeoff even though there is a plane right in front of you. So it's kind of a work in progress at the moment. Where? English guys, where? Might be a too late turn. That's fine, we can adjust. Yeah, it took me some time to learn as well, and still learning every day. But yeah, it's just a combination of practice and continue watching those videos. Right, here we go. 40% torque. Wait until props are at 2000 RPMs. Holding the brakes at the moment. Should it be? There we go. And now we go. Push toga for flight director guidance. Increase the throttle to around 80 to 90%. Five knots. Rotate. Tap the brakes. Positive rate, gear up. Follow the flight director. Push down. Pitch down until we get 115 indicated airspeed. And during that time, we can put the flaps up. Turn on the yaw damper. Beautiful. And we continue our climb. From here, go to nav, follow the GPS. And I will try and hand fly it, but I think I won't be able to multitask everything. You forgot the pre-flight tequila. There's always an in-flight tequila. No worries there. Set the flight level change, 124 knots. That's the best rate of climb. Actually, I don't think we need that right now, but fine. Haggis. What is a haggis? Maybe you can educate me on more Scottish stuff. I know nothing about this place. I just know that it's very scenic, that's why I chose it.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango contact Scottish Centre on 119.87. Have a good one.
Center on 119.87 TBM 1 Kilo Tango.
Oh, this is the tricky part. 119.87. We have to do that here while flying the plane. Okay. Then we report our situation. Check in that we're climbing.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango climbing to flight level 100.
Yep.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango, good morning.
Now that is your
Radar
washing
contact.
machine with all the tumbling happening. Yes. I think those effects from XP Realistic are a bit more on the exaggerated side. I think I have to tone those down a bit. But without the voiceover. Indeed. Pretty shaky. You don't want to know what haggis is? Oh no. Don't I? Hey Rohan. Have you started practicing X-Plane yet? Less than a month to go, man. Have to fly together when it comes out. Trying to get up to speed with my flying skills. Stick to 6,000 feet. Just trimming here so I don't go beyond, so that I don't have to constantly fight with the yoke. As a result, yeah, hand flying is very bad for Twitch interaction because I have too many things I am worrying about. Flying the plane, coordinating with air traffic control, making sure that the plane is working. Yikes. Hopefully it's not that bumpy. My goodness. Thank goodness for the flight director. Gets a sick bag. Been busy with summer college course. Ooh, look at you. Fancy. What course are you taking? Is that like a short-term college course or a full-blown one? We are maintaining 6,000 feet, more or less. That's good. But yeah, the weather is not very good. Hardly see anything below. My goodness. Hey, lame. Haggis is a mythical creature that runs backwards. What, like Loch Ness? Well, in terms of mythical creature. Seven-week English course. Wow, look at you. Pretty soon you'll be showering us with... oh, what's the word? What's the word? Give me a word for it. You will be showering us with very complex English words. That's the best I could do. Highfalutin vocabulary. Does that work? It'll be done by the 15th. See? Oh, that's perfect timing. It's like you timed that. By the time you're done, Flight Sim 2020 will be days away and you'll be able to get into it fully. Words? That's the one. Taught him the wrong thing. The dangling participle. Yeah, I think that's the one that we are all trying to avoid. And all its dangly bits. Or in for some people, I guess that's what they're trying to catch. Looking good. All right. So far, so good. You might remember me giving this yoke a bad rep before. I was telling you guys that it's not good because it has a very wide range, that it's so hard to know how to trim. But I would like to amend that statement. It's not really the yoke that's the problem, it's the guy sitting behind it. Yeah, it's a pilot problem. Apparently I just didn't know how to use it properly. And now that I have more of an idea, trimming it feels very natural. So push or pull on the yoke, and when the pressure gets too much, then start trimming it to ease out the pressure. It's very organic. My goodness, this feels like a roller coaster ride going left and right. Would have been nice with perfect weather, huh? Because the mountains below would have been very scenic. At the moment, we only see some different gray shades there. And I am climbing, and I am away from where I should be. Yeah. I actually should have tracked the VOR that they were referencing in the departure. That would have been the proper way to do it, but yeah, I guess since GPS works, that works anyway. Hey Nimin, you have a TBM 850, you can make flight plans on it. Are you on X-Plane? Because on X-Plane, I'm using the TBM 900 from Hot Start, and it comes with the properly fully functioning G1000 already, including synthetic vision like what you see in front. TBM 850 sounds more like a plane from a different manufacturer. Is that Carenado? Yeah, I'm doing a flight on FS Economy right now. I purchased my own plane for the first time, and I'm flying it on its first few flights. It's such an enjoyable experience. There's something to be said about when you start owning your plane, and there's a bit more commitment in there, more than just flying and then leaving it alone. It's like this constant pull at you to roam and make the most of your money, things like that. Is this Grice? We actually have gone past Grice already, so we can start climbing now to flight level 100 is where we were cleared at. Flight level
TBM
change.
1 Kilo Tango, you are off course. Turn right heading 132 to return to course.
No. Fine.
Heading 132 TBM 1 Kilo Tango.
Heading 132. Oh, that's very far. Oh, right. Yeah, because I was not able to synchronize. You know what? Let's get rid of the ATC. Because I was not able to synchronize the flight plan I did. I updated it at the last moment. I wasn't able to save that into the ATC app. So there's a bit of desync in there. Flight level change would be 124. One sec guys, I'll be right with you. Just hang tight while I configure this. Do we have some precipitation up ahead? Yes, I think I'll keep the inertial separator open at the moment, just to be on the safe side. Your G1000 just doesn't work. But you are using a TBM 900? Buying FPOs and Cessnas. Wow, you are way farther than where I'm at. I have no idea how to work with FPOs and everything in the first place. Sure thing, Jack. Use track IR as the yoke. So just look where you want to go. That would be amazing, huh? Since that's the case, we can go up straight to flight level 150 since I turned off ATC. Flight level change. There you go. Turn off the lights. Landing lights, that is. And then now I should be able to turn off the inertial separator. Actually not yet 100% on when you should turn that on and off. Usually they keep that at low altitudes, whereas there is more risk for bird strikes and I don't know, large amounts of precip. Looking everywhere to fix this G1000. Might have missed it. Which plane are you using? Is it the same Hotstar TBM 900? There shouldn't be any more need to change anything if you're using that same plane, because it edits the default G1000. Whoa, okay, suddenly changed again. At least now we get some nice views below. I'll take that. Goodness. It's the Carenado Sukata TBM 850. Yeah, it's a different beast altogether. I'm guessing the TBM 850 from Carenado is just using the default G1000 from X-Plane, and that I found is a bit lacking in terms of the features. This TBM 900 from Hotstar, this one I'm using, it has a custom G1000 built in, so it has much more features than what you might be experiencing. Rip clouds. Skybox Swamp. Looks like that's not only apparent in ETS2 and ATS, huh? Although I heard that Max from SES has been able to fix that already. Have you guys encountered any sudden skybox changes in ATS or ETS2 recently with the latest updates? That should be no longer the case. That's beautiful. Haven't had that skybox change in quite some time. I think I had it a few weeks before the official 138 release, or even after the 138 release, but I heard that it would be fixed when Idaho came out. I think along with the headlights fixes. Sure thing, Nimin. Yeah. This one by Hotstar, I don't have any complaints with it. It's just the best made plane from what I've seen. Flies very well. Simulates all the realistic features. So much so that it doesn't even have its own manual anymore except for a quick start guide. What it says there is if you want to get the manual from the real plane. So that's what I did. I downloaded the manual from the real plane, like so. And you can use that as the reference. All the performance numbers, all the procedures, you can use the real thing. It's that well simulated. That shows you how confident and how accurate it is. And I believe the developer of this one is working on another plane. I heard it's Challenger something, not really familiar with the different planes yet. I'm still new to this. But whatever it is, I will be trying that out. I just hope that he also gets into Flight Sim 2020. If that turns out to be a nice sim. It's available in X Aviation. If you Google Hotstar TBM 900 or !mods actually, and look under the X-Plane tab, there should be the TBM 900 link there. I think it's different, not Bombardier. It's Challenger. I think it's a GA plane as well. But no, I can't remember which ones exactly. Some pretty nice mountains up ahead. Now, where is our vertical path here? We should be descending soon. Yeah, descent is in 3 minutes, although I think I have that one should be 3 degrees. If you look at my flight plan there, where my cursor is at negative 2.5, that should be 3 degrees, 3 degree angle. So that's a steeper descent, but that means we can stay up higher for longer. There you go. Change that profile. That looks good. And later on, after we land here, we'll probably fly around low altitude just so we can enjoy the scenery more. Go around the mountains and stuff. Welcome back, Jack. What did you get? What food did you get? It is awfully quiet now without the ATC chatter. Kind of miss it. Maybe I'll keep it on just for that, huh? That would be a nice background sound. Let me get that back in. Multitasking for the win. Should be like so. Good. Okay. Egg sandwiches. Sounds good to me. So for those of you guys here, who among you are going to get into Flight Sim 2020 when it's out? Or at least going to try it? Gets his pilot license taken away for turning off ATC. Just mute it. That's the way. Hey, Soggy. We're going on the Xbox Game Pass route, or are you going to buy the full thing right off the bat? Rohan would have it basically for free since he is already using the Game Pass. Just a very gentle turn like so. Oh, and I have an update. I actually bit the bullet. Well, almost. And got myself a YouTube Premium subscription. It's free for the first month, but I think I will continue paying it after the first month. Initially, I thought it would have no benefits, but I mean, removing all the ads officially, not by cheating, allowing background playing in the phone, ad-free music experience as well, and then sharing all of that with Mrs. Clumsy seems like a very good deal to me. I've been enjoying watching videos now, even more than before. And no more skip ad thing. It's a great feeling. Just click what you want and watch it without any delay. And given the time I spend in YouTube, I think it's well worth it. You might buy it, the full thing. Yeah, I think I'm also going to buy what is the highest tier? Premium? I think the premium version. So we have access to all the planes in airports. Watch any of the premium series. I only had a glance at it. I don't really know if I like anything yet. Any recommendations? Ad blocker for the win. Yeah, I think there is a time in one's life where you are cheaping out on things and you have to make the most of your money. And that's a time when you ad block and everything. And there's a time when you start thinking maybe it's okay to give back a bit. And that's, I think, my transition right now. And you can afford some of the minor luxuries in life. So I try that now and see if I can stay with it, or if I go back to ad block. No, but in the first place, I never used ad block because as a YouTube content creator, I know the impact that it can do. I know the support that the ads can give to to the videos I watch. So I never skip it. Well, I skip it, but I never block it. But yeah, going on premium just gives you an official way to skip the ads and still even more support the creators that you watch. If I look at the analytics in YouTube, I have like this ad revenue, and then I have this separate revenue for all those YouTube premium users who watch my videos. So when you're on premium, the more you watch the videos of one particular YouTuber, it's like you are directly transferring some of that payment to them. So it's a nice way to support the content creator as well. I've been really enjoying the videos from Aviation 101 from Josh Flowers. Is that his family name? I think so. VNav, arm that. There you go. Starting our descent. I should most probably also dial down on the throttle. I'll do that after I set the altitude to 1,000 like so. This would get us a lot closer to these beautiful looking mountains. It's always a plus. We're paying for ad block. Something like that, but it's not only ad block, so I really like it. And it's all above board. Get to support the people you really like to support, so it gives more power to the wallet in a way. You have YouTube Premium and download lots of Clumsy videos to watch and listen while working in remote areas. Yeah, that's exactly one perfect use case for it. It's not so much applicable to me at the moment, especially as I'm stuck in the house anyway, but yeah. For example, when flights are back in, while traveling, can download a lot of videos and watch them on the plane. No need for reception. And I know there could be a lot of like underground means of doing that, but yeah, you have to go through all the hoops, and this one is perfectly legal. Yes, exactly, HUD. 6 or 7 second unskippable Food Panda ads. Not only that, but I think recently I've gotten as long as 15 seconds, and I can't skip them. And there's 2 of them, right? It's like, oh my goodness, just pay for it and get rid of all that stuff, and still support the people I'm watching. That's the biggest thing. Have a good one, Bri. Thanks for hanging out with us. And congrats on your truck license again. Hope it comes in now. Used to be 1 ad, and once they made it 2, it was very annoying. Yeah, it's like, okay, I will wait for this ad, and then suddenly there's 1 more. Like, what? Quebec Sierra, I think that airport was, right? Echo Golf, Quebec Sierra. I think it's an Air Force base, an Air Force. That's RAF. I guess that's something Air Force. I don't know what R is for. But I don't see any ATIS. I see a tower approach and departure though. But yeah, we'll skip ATC for now. Just enjoy the flying. Maybe we can fly around the place. We'll see. Well, the revenue has been climbing bit by bit through the months. Although I'm not sure if that's anything to do with the ads or with the slowly growing community. So it's hard to pinpoint. But I guess it has something to do with it. You know what? Now that I think about it, maybe not really. Maybe they just balance it out. Maybe it's more ads but less revenue per ad, if you get what I mean. So it balances out from the revenue point of view. And the only reason it's climbing bit by bit is because we have more people in the community now. I think that's more like it. Let's go and deliver these guys, and we'll see where we can go to next. We are still perfectly on the profile, so that's good. Now in this airport we have how many runways? When you say, for those who are familiar, when you count the number of runways, do you count it from both ends? Like there would always be a minimum of 2 runways because you can approach it on both ends? Or does it count for the physical runway? I always get confused with that. Because here what we see is there are 4 possible approaches. Runway 05, 10, 23, or 28. Only 23 has an eyeless approach, although with this kind of weather, don't really need an eyeless approach. If I look at the weather for, let me see, Active Sky, for the airport, they call it Lossiemouth? Probably not how you pronounce it. Lossiemouth? (230) at 2. Okay, so runway 23 seems perfect. Barely any wind there. Runway 23 is 8,700 feet. Oh, more than enough. Looks like this airport was built for the larger planes. Two runways, 4 approaches. So the runway is the physical road, and the numbers, runway numbers, are the approaches. Makes sense. Thank you. Hey, Scotsman. First indeed. A little bit of turbulence here. I love the cabin shake. Even with track IR, you still see it, still feel it. All the momentum, all the G-forces acting on the pilot simulates it very well. That's how you pronounce it. Which one? The second time? Lossiemouth? Did you sell the trains and get Idaho? Never. Scotsman would never do that. There's the airport in front of us. I don't have... Oh, is that the one? Yeah, I think it is. 2 runways, right? Yes. Bionic ice. Look, yeah, it looks like it's a massive airport. Right on the coast here. I would like to bring back the chatter. So let's go and log in. And I'll just tune into... Yeah, I think that's good. That should be enough so to get a bit of chatter. Gift you Idaho. Not hearing any chatter though. Maybe that's wrong. Let's go switch to Scottish Center. .119er.87. That should work. Anyway, let's see. Trailer was boring and nonsense. Which one is that? The new DC show, Star Girl. Oh my goodness. Really? That sounds a bit meh, but I guess I'm just judging it based on the cover, so to speak. So runway 23, if we look at the little nav map here, has a heading bearing 226 degrees, so we can do that. 226. So what I can do is I enable OBS mode and change the course to 226. If I can look at it at least. 226. Yikes. So far away from where I should be.
Vertical track.
Okay, somewhere like that, I guess. 233, 226 should be close by. That one is 226, okay. So let's maybe just join the pattern here. Maybe right downwind. Cross midfield and then right downwind. That should be okay. There's the runway in front of us. Maybe we can pause this as we fly over it. Get some nice views. Slow down here. Actually, I should start. Inertial separator. I shouldn't have opened my landing lights already. There's the runway right in front of us. Cross that midfield and then we turn right, join the downwind. There we go. Right, let's turn off the flight director so that I don't get confused. Speed check. Flaps to takeoff. One notch of flaps there. Push down on the yoke. Pause. Take a photo maybe? Yes, perfect. That's very scenic right there. Wow, that was like it was planned. Let's go and give you a max quality. There you go. Perfect. Did they end Arrow already? Yeah, I stopped watching it after some time. Let's turn right here. Zoom in on the map. That should be good. We're now on downwind. Right downwind to be exact. There's the runway to the right. Slow down here. Landing gear down. Get some drag in. That should be enough to slow us down to around 122 knots so we can go full flaps for landing. Like so. Perfect. Awesome. Now we can start our turn to the right. Hopefully I'm not too near. Can't see the airport very well. Turning base. I think there it is somewhere. Which one is it? Well, we'll see soon enough. Ah, there it is. Okay, I see it. Start our turn here. Getting it close. very tight turn here. I think we are right on the vertical profile though. Bit fast though. Slow down a bit, catch up. Yeah, that's a bit high. Not the most stable approach, but we can catch up. There you go. There we go, perfect. Let's keep it here. I love how the wind just touches the plane, just nudges it a bit, very naturally. The flight model in X-Plane is amazing. Oh, sorry, I forgot the yaw damper. Here we are. And with this, look to the far end of the runway. Idle, I am floating quite a bit. Let's just let that bleed off.
Airspeed.
There you go. That's my normal landing. Why is that so... Why is that so loud, huh? Which one is that, I wonder? There is... Yeah, because in XP Realistic you have all these things. I think it's the ground roll. Is it? Yeah, probably this one, the runway. So if we can lessen that to around 40, that would be maybe more practical. There we go. Shouldn't be that loud. Where do we exit from here? Should be close. Taxiway. Looks like a lot of discussions happening while I was busy. Why did I not see the taxi? Okay, just taxi till the end of the runway, looks like. Okay, but at least now I can catch up to you guys. Jessica Jones for the win. I think I tried watching the latest season on that. I was not very happy with it. I didn't continue with it. Might require a bit of perseverance. Tesla? Alex loves those. Should give him one. God knows the black box tight. Riding on a shopping cart. Yeah, the rumble is a bit extreme sometimes. Here we are. Way plenty of space. Someone said Tesla. I know, right? First person I thought of. Well, the guys are still alive, looks like. So we'll keep it as is. Yeah, comes with the plane. Gives you a good alignment on where you are. Because you don't have the actual detents in your physical throttle. So you have to get a visual somehow there. If you're in the reverse range or in the taxi range. Or in the flight range, like so. FAA are waiting to confiscate your plane for ignoring ATC. What ATC? They're not here at all. And why don't I hear any of the chatter? I like that. Tower. Let's go and track the tower. Maybe stay in the middle. ATC, what's that? I wonder how the ATC will be implemented in Flight Sim 2020. I saw some videos about it. It looked promising. But I wonder how it will deal with those advanced procedures. There we go, we're getting a bit of chatter now. Turn off the air conditioning here. Beats off. Stay in the middle. Bill Gates vaguely describing where to go. Or Jack saying there, there. Hold short, there, there. How did we get into the Tesla discussion? Bill Gates doesn't know where to get it. Might be accurate. It's a long taxi back. Might have missed this turn, huh? Where am I at the moment? Yeah, that's the turn I was looking for. I missed it. Okay, maybe turn right here. Entering the Singapore market. Ah, are they? I've seen Tesla in China, so I know that they're there. I haven't seen one on the road, but I've seen their showroom. Like they have like a place in the mall. You can probably just park anywhere here nearby. We'll be moving out soon enough anyway. Just dropping off some passengers, picking up some new ones. Let's see how that works. Good. That's really loud, huh? Warning. Looking good. How do you actually set this plane up for a turnaround? I don't know. I just shut down everything to be on the safe side. Get the chokes in there. I can let go of the parking brake for now. And let's finish the flight and see how much we earned. So many sick bags to clean up. But you are my passengers. Not anymore. Let's have a look. So I found that there are a couple of different things here. Let's go out here so we get some ambience of the plane. Some external sounds. If we go to log, we earned 3,800. That's not bad. And that's a total of 4,400 income. There is rental. Well, there is no rental actually, because this is ours. And then we paid for the ground crew fee. And we have a negative distance bonus, netting 3,800. That's perfect. At the same time though, so this is like the income and expense from the pilot's point of view. There is something from the aircraft's point of view because we are the owners of the aircraft. So it's like, okay, this one it's 0, so this one is clear. So I think that's fine. 2 and 3, so yes, we earned almost 4,000 there. Not bad. Ironic or not, but I bought some masks today and found out they were made in China. I think most of them are. Yeah, not the smoothest landing in terms of feet per minute, but I think procedure-wise it was okay. Let's have a closer look on how that went on. And thanks to the Vulkan update, scrolling through the replay is so much smoother. Much more organic. That's our turn to final. Very close. Actually overshot it a bit. There we are.
This is Fox, Victor 157.
Flaring. Ground effect. Yeah, floated a lot there. There it is. That's my main problem, because there is no indicator like 50, 30, and there's no altitude call out. So you have to really rely on your peripheral vision. Here, let the speed bleed off and fall like so. So in the meantime, we float a bit. We'll see how that works. Yeah, I think so, Rohan. My goodness. It requires 150 gigs, right? Or something like that. I think I would have to delete a lot of stuff. And have to clean up. I should have enough space, but I'm just too lazy to clean up. Alright, let's have a look at that airport. What can we find there? That is not that one. If you look at aircraft, this one, where we are currently in, there are some going on the exact way we came from. It doesn't sound exciting though. Let's open the map here as well. Get a bit of visual. So if we get a new flight plan here, we go for Echo Golf Quebec Sierra as the departure. And we have a couple of different options in here. Where do we want to go? I want to go west if possible, because the mountain ranges in the west, these seem like very nice places to explore. South, southwest, something goes here. So if you look by bearing, nothing's going that way. All the job markets, they always have this angst against me. Never goes the way I want. Echo Golf Papa Mike. Where is that? That is way up there. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to go there because that's plenty of water, not a lot of activity. Well, we can just fly around maybe. We can afford to not always be on a job. We can just enjoy. So I think we'll stay there. We'll just keep out of FS economy at the moment and do some hand flying. Maybe try to look around and explore the mountains. Let's try and go to this airport right here. Oban. Is it here in FS economy? I heard this is one of the very scenic airports in real life, but I don't think it actually exists in FS economy, unfortunately. Yeah, it's not here. So let's keep that out of it. Let's just fly there. So as we're flying here, yeah, I try to plan routes for those where I have sceneries. And right now, that's most of the UK, thanks to Orbx. Otherwise, it would be pretty plain looking scenery. So we go to Oban right here. You guys move that to the right so you guys can see. Tag that as the destination. This is what I like about the little nav map. You get to plan your own flight plans and have all the visuals. Like if you want to show the departures from here, it's possible. But no departure procedure for runway 23, so let's keep that out of it. For Oban, there are no approaches as well, so we just keep it there. In terms of flight plan, I think we'd like to stay VFR, so we stay close to the mountains. This even gives you a safe altitude. I don't know the technical term, but given the mountains that you will be passing through, the terrain, it calculates that safe altitude which you can fly the lowest at, 5,000. So for us VFR, maybe let's stick to 5,500 and something like that, and that should be good enough right there. Or should it be 4,500? Let's go 6.5 like that. Masks are not mandated in there. Yeah, for us here in SG, we always wear it. Deleting X-Plane will give you lots of room. I am very tempted to do that, but I'm not sure because most of my sceneries are in a hard drive anyway, so it wouldn't help that much. And so from here, so one of the features of Little Nav Map is you can automate there. So it created all the other waypoints for us. In this case, it only added one waypoint. That shouldn't be a problem. And then we can save that flight plan. We can export it to X-Plane FMS. So, and that should be good enough to play with later. Good. Boris has never been fast. You went to the park at 10 PM. There was no one other than you for hundreds of meters. What's that sound? Sounded like speed brakes deploying. Probably some bug from XP Realistic. All the old mods, yeah, that's probably something I'll have to do. I'll have to clean up my mods folder. And I think I still have a lot of OMSI stuff. Those I can delete already. I'm not planning on going back anytime soon. Parking brake is on. Let's go and fuel up. Maybe let's get a lot of fuel in so we have freedom to go around. You know what? Let's go full fuel. After all, we won't have anyone with us anyway. And we'll end up around the same weight as when we did that flight a while ago with 6 people but very low fuel. So that should be fine. Make sure to close that, because if you don't close that, the cap will be like, if you leave it like that, it's quite realistic. You can see there the cap is open and you're literally lose fuel as you fly. So you have to close that up like so. Yeah, the realism that was put in is very impressive. Good. Okay, start up the plane again. Just format your PC. Yeah, I would have to start from scratch though. Too lazy for that.
Club 361 Tower, become line up runway 29 runway. Over line up runway 29 runway.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they could put in rules where you can only need the mask if there are people around, but that could get very hairy very quickly. Like, it's just way easier to set like a blanket rule, and if it's not that harmful anyway or not that negative impact, then it should be fine. Shouldn't be that much of a big deal. I actually forgot. That's one thing I forgot. Didn't switch to local QNH. Big boo boo. Normally when we work with local with ATC, we get that signal after some time. But because we were slacking off, or I was slacking off, didn't switch that on like so. Flight plan, runway heading is 226.
Line up runway 29 and lost
226. So, flight plan would be we clear all of that up and we just, where the heck are we? That's not my location. No. Let's load up the stuff here. One sec, guys. Be with you in a bit.
Flight 138, winds 290 degrees at 5 knots.
That's the one, number 5. That's more like it. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Alright, looking good. We had low fuel? No, the fuel was fine. The fuel was accurately calculated. Let's put it that way. Just enough for the trip. This is also one cool thing about this. Not that one. This is one cool thing about this. You see the ITT is at 278 degrees. So because we just used the plane, it's still pretty hot. So when we start this up, we'll get a warning. When we start the fuel pump like before, and we turn on the starter, you'll get a warning saying the engine is still very hot. So you kind of, they call it dry motoring. So you let the fan work without introducing fuel. So that cools the engine faster, like so. And then when that goes to below 150 degrees, that's when we can introduce fuel, like right now. Otherwise, we risk the engine getting too hot and inducing a hot start. Yeah, all those details. And even this climbing is random from what I've heard. Like, it's not always the same time when you reach that percentage of NG. So it simulates real life. So cool having all those details put in. And I have my doubts if in Flight Sim 2020 the default planes will have that level of detail. I doubt it. And I forgot to turn off the inertial separator. It's fine. But yeah, I hope they do, but I doubt it. I think that is more for payware level detail. But we'll see when it comes out. Main generator, otherwise the batteries won't charge. There we go. Hey, Gamaste. Glad you made it, man. How are you? Carrying an extra can of fuel. Throw you out of the plane to save weight. Now I did it full tank. Okay, so no more worries. We can fly as far as we want. That looks good there. I think we're okay. Can I switch to center? Okay, so we at least get some center chatter.
4511, landing flight level 180 at Portal. Hamilton 4511,
So just doing a barrel roll. Did you miss the flight? The first flight, yes, but we will do another one. Hopefully this is more scenic. The first one was more IFR procedure. This one is more just enjoying the view. Because as I mentioned, I've been watching a lot of Aviation 101 videos where he flies a Cessna Skyhawk, Cessna 172. And the flights he does, they are more focused on recreational flying. And lots of sceneries, lots of experience. It's like the best thing you can do because we cannot travel in real life right now. The closest thing is to travel with him on his videos, and my goodness, he's been to some exciting places. The one that I've been watching recently is the is his they call this his Alaska series. Didn't know things are pretty wild in Alaska. There are some isolated cities. Well, they're not even cities. Isolated towns or settlements even, with literally no road connection. The only way in is via plane, or sometimes via plane and via boats, but no trucks coming in. And it's a very different way of life, so it's quite interesting. Then he flew like seaplanes. First time I've seen how a seaplane behaves, how differently it has. Like it has water rudders and everything. The different landing, the difference between like landing on or flying a land plane, so to speak. It's quite interesting. So it's really inspiring, especially from a GA point of view. And you kind of want to mimic those flights he did. And I think that's one of the first things I'll do. When Flight Sim 2020 comes out, we'll go and spend some time in Alaska. Go and see if those places he's been to, those airports that he landed in, if they look the same in Flight Sim 2020. They should, hopefully, because those are some scenic, some popular airports, some popular sites. But we'll see if the developers included and fine-tune those for better visuals. Oh yes, right. Is there any release date on that yet, Alex? I think that also has multiplayer, right? That would be one thing we can get into. That would be amazing. Why do they call it bush pilot anyway? Because they land in bushes? Yeah, have not gone to the Philippines in quite a while. Not even sure if we'll get to go there this year. We actually have a flight on December, but we're not sure if we'll take it. It all depends on how things will look like by then. We were able to book a flight with SQ, with Singapore Airlines. Very cheap. We would have never gotten those prices in a normal setting pre-COVID. But yeah, nowadays it's a different world out there. Let's cross the runway here. How would they say this in ATC terms if this was an unmanned airport? What do you call it? No tower. Cosimath traffic 461 Kilo Tango. Crossing runway. What is this? 28. Cosimath. Yeah, that's why we were surprised. Singapore Airlines, cheap flights. It's almost like a budget airline price at non-peak because we booked for Christmas. But the price was like off-peak budget airlines. That's the equivalent. It was that different. Yeah, multiplayer meetup in Flight Sim. Yes, definitely. We'll plan that when it comes out. Just says coming soon so far. I'm also keeping an eye on that. I know Arianos has been pretty excited about that as well. That bush pilot flying sim. They say there have been good things mentioned there. I don't know as much with it. Definitely not as much hype as in Flight Sim 2020. But if it focuses more on bush flying, it might be better or have some interesting features that Flight Sim 2020 doesn't have with regard to rough flying and just landing, taking off from anywhere. Thanks, Ed. Yeah, right now I'm not so sure if I like it or not. I would want to fly only if things are settled down by then. If things are still a bit shady, a bit Question mark. I would rather not fly at all. Wouldn't risk it. Landing in bush, I see. Yeah, so in Aviation 101's videos, he is such a great content creator as well. He makes such amazing videos. It's not just the flying that's good, it's just the production value. It's like you're watching a documentary. Very nicely done. Heater. Landing, takeoff flaps actually. Don't hit those lights there. Purposely makes flights from Singapore more expensive so that Singaporeans stay in the country and don't spend their money overseas too much. Like in a normal scenario or during these COVID times? Yeah, that sounds like a rumor. We'll see. Good. In a normal scenario, yeah, that's interesting. Torque up 50%. Prop RPM to 2000. I didn't know this was such a big deal before. I just watched the video from Steve-O. He flies a TBM 850, I believe. He actually aborted one of his takeoffs because the prop RPM instead of 2000 was only at 1900. So I was thinking, just a 100 RPM difference. Why would you do that? Is that such a big deal? But apparently it is. Good. Landing gears are up. Pitch down, get that increased airspeed to 115. So we can bring the flaps up as well and enable the yaw damper. There you go, 115 knots. Flaps up. Looking good. Yaw damper is on. And now I'm actually flying without the headset so we can hear it better. Let me know which you guys prefer. This one, this muted one, or the one where you hear the engine more and the buttons more. Let's go zoom out here. That's how our flight plan will look like. It's actually nice. Maybe we can fly through, there's like a valley in there. Maybe we can explore that. There's like a valley through here in between the mountains. Maybe we can fly through there. Not really under or inside in between the mountains, but at least try to bisect it somehow. Maybe we're too high for this. Maybe it won't be as exciting if we're too high. Is that the glide distance I'm seeing? That when you see that arc that goes up? Might be. So in case the engine fails, you can glide that far. Gives you better visual. Alright, Buster. Glad you made it here. Thanks for the company. Have a good night. Catch you next time. So you guys let me know where you want to go. Will not be restricted by rules, ATC. Just enjoy the view. Thanks, Buster. Have a good night, man. I think I will wear the headset. It does get a bit loud at times. And maybe we can turn off the inertial separator here. Get a bit more torque in. Can we buzz Jack's house, grab some egg sandwiches while passing by? Let's do just that. That sounds like a plan. Let's not focus too much on the instruments. Since everything is good outside, we can do it more visual. But my goodness, isn't this a view? Yeah, this is why I like flying through in Orbx. The sceneries are immensely beautiful. And with Vulkan, the stutters are minimal, even though the frame rates are not the best. At least it's a smooth experience. Oi, mine! Shengshong is cheaper than fair price, but cold storage is where you want to go for better alcohol. Wait a minute. Yeah, sorry, I didn't catch that. Yes, I normally go to fair price because the prices are fair. Yeah, cold storage, everything is much more expensive, and if you're buying normal stuff, it doesn't make sense. But yeah, if I'm looking for something special, like I go to fair price first, and then if I don't find it, then I go to cold storage. Shengshong is okay, but for me, the selection is a bit limited, so oftentimes I have to settle with what's there. It's not really something I prefer. Like I prefer different brands that are usually not in there, so I usually like fair price. But nowadays, I don't go there anymore, especially now with the entire situation. Started really getting into Red Mart. And most of the time, we're just buying stuff through Red Mart, online groceries. Getting all our alcohol there. We bought this, I was telling the guys about it. I bought this six bottles of white wine. Sauvignon Blanc. And it was like $50 off. It's like, wow, can't pass this up. Let's pass through in between these turbines. Hopefully don't get hit inside it. This doesn't sound like a good move, going this close to the turbines. I wonder if that has an effect. If we get like whipped across as we go closer. Anyway, if we should get close to terrain too much, we should get some warning from the terrain avoidance warning system anyway. TOS. Who's talking him? Yeah, but yeah, these are very interesting points of view. How about you? How about you, Had? Where do you go? Red Mart is very practical nowadays, and I like the selections actually, the product selections in there. And because I don't know how to choose the right vegetable anyway, you know, like choosing which is the more, I'd say, more ripe fruit, or which is the more healthy leaves for vegetables. I don't know how to choose that, so I just let them choose it. And so far, it's been pretty good. I've been doing deliveries with them for a couple of months now. Couple of misses, like sometimes products are missing, but they always like refund it immediately, so no real problem there. Huge Walmarts in the US, yeah. I definitely had to adjust a bit because the brands I'm familiar with aren't available in here, like some of them. But by now, most of the stuff I buy are locally available, so I don't need to go to like the specialty stores. I tried to adjust what's ever in here locally, so I don't grow that dependent on imported stuff, even if most of the stuff is imported anyway. But you get what I mean. Oh, I like this view. The mountains would probably close in on us as the farther along we go in front. We'll see. But yeah, this looks like a very enjoyable area right here. Wonder what town that is. Let's go and get the map feature in here. I hope it doesn't crash on me. Let's float that in. You guys familiar with that town? Grand Town on Spee? I guess that's the river. fly straight and level here. Just enjoy the view. You prefer NTUC to... Yeah, what I noticed is most of the locals call it NTUC, which is something I don't really understand because fair price is easier to say. But most of the people I talk with, especially the locals, they call it NTUC. Why is that? That's a curious thing for me. Let's try and stay within 2,000 feet. Is it just because Singaporeans really like their acronyms? This is head tracking. Yeah, thanks to these reflectors. Track IR. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Yeah, it's perfect for VFR flying like this. Enjoying the sights. Actually, at this low altitude, I guess it makes sense to have the inertial separator on. Protect ourselves in a way from bird strikes and whatnot. We'll try to stay as low as we can here. I think there is an overlay here. Terrain. Yeah, there you go. So actually we have a couple of very high spots here. The red ones are danger zones, as you can see, based on our current altitude. So that probably means we have to climb up a bit. Maybe up to 2,500 at the very least. Inertial separator is on. Yeah, let's keep that overlay there. I think that will be useful for us. And let's maybe go closer like so. So we can see if there's a way out where we're going. There's a very nice quote from the videos I'm watching from Aviation 101. They were discussing how to avoid hairy situations. And there's this nice quote, I won't get it exactly, but it's very sensible. They say that when flying, you have to make use of your excellent judgment. Stay ahead of the plane, few steps, so that you don't have to use your excellent skills. Something along those lines. It makes a lot of sense. If you plan properly, if you position yourself properly, then you won't have to do those fancy maneuvers. You don't have to get yourself in the hairy situation in the first place. Very sound advice. Stay 2,000 feet here. Hey, Krigelman. NTUC has been there for a long time. Yeah, I guess that just shows how much of a foreigner I am. When the first time I saw it, it's like, oh, fair price. And then it's like NTUC fair price. But fair price is 2 syllables, NTUC is 4. Yeah. NTUC. Even that is a shortcut. Yeah, for me, fair price just seems to make a lot more sense if you push away the traditions and the things people got used to saying. So I think I'll stick with that, even if it does make me sound much like a foreigner even more. And even the trees look super good, huh? This is so nice. Are any of those volcanoes? I hope not, because if they are, we're doomed. Culture of acronyms. Yeah, I have acronyms for everything. Oh, how true that is. Not like Germans. Germans just piece together the different words and come up with a new word. It's been there for a long time, since it was set up by the Trades Union Congress since the beginning. I see. We are flying to Oban, where I have been flying before, well, virtually, with some nice views, but never from this direction. Never came from here. It seems like a nice way to enjoy the mountainous ranges like here. Try to keep it level though. We have climbed a bit. Yeah, where I'm a bit nervous about is that spot right there, where my mouse is. There is that spot without any red markings, but that seems to be very narrow and I'm not sure if it'll fit through that. That might look like a Death Star Star Wars scene, but with me as the pilot, don't expect too much. Getting a bit of wind in here. I just love it, the flight model in Explain. I'm using the experimental flight model, which is not so experimental anymore. What's the name? Why did it escape me? Brain fart. Who's the maker of Explain? Austin Meyer, right? He explained the details on the new flight model that he implemented, and it just makes a lot of scientific sense. The thought and the calculations that were put in it make a lot of sense, and you can feel that as the wind blows past, like some little gust here, little buffeting there maybe. No, but you just really feel the wind against you. It's just like you're floating. And that is even with a yoke that does not really have force feedback, it just has static springs. And I still feel it. So I hope that the Flight Sim 2020 sim can at least meet the flight model here and Explain. Because it's totally on a different level. Based on the videos though, it seems like it. Seems to have a lot of mathematical computations as well when it comes to the wind flow, the effect on the plane. We'll see. Yikes. Going pretty low here. One sec guys, because I am not sure where we should be headed. I think here on the right. Trench run, yes. There we go, I see an opening right there. I think we fit there pretty easily. Just have to bank to the right a bit harder. Yeah, you're starting to get some terrain warnings now. You can see it in the PFD and in the MFD. The yellow spots that start coming up. Even the plane is scared for me, which makes a lot of sense. We were just there yesterday. Oh, nice. Trek from Spain to Finland. Detoured through the UK and Norway just to drive on the left. Awesome. Yeah, we should drive through here again soon. We will probably be on ETS2 this Friday because I do want to try out Krishbom's rendition on the Renault sounds. I shared a few of those on Discord. Those are just so good. Where the heck are we? Is there an opening here on the left? See. Yeah, it seems like there is an opening here. But I think we have to turn sharper. There you go. No problem, no problem. So far we are right there. Using all sorts of acronyms for the politicians. Even you had a hard time. Okay, we can trace the river here. That's always a good indicator. The river would always be level. If it's a river, that is. My goodness, that looks so good.
Okay, we're gonna expedite a little bit from until which level?
My goodness, this is fun. And it would be even more fun if we were flying together around these bends, just enjoying the view. I wonder how multiplayer would work in FS 2020, huh? I wish it would have some VHF level effects for communication, voice communication. That would be so nice. I don't like it. I don't like it. Thanks for 28 months, Jack. Yarr! Goodness, 28 months. If I'm crazy, then what do they call you? Let's take a photo here. I think that would be a nice shot. Yes, perfect. Should I have my landing lights on? I guess it would be safe. And yeah, it's just so nice that you can pause the sim like this. And just position it however you want. That looks so good. Thank you. Climb up to 2,000 feet. Steady. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I think that corridor was not as scary as it looks here. Because if we zoom in, yeah, that's large enough for us. Just follow the river. Although the river seems to be, I don't think you can call it a river because it's not really flowing, more of like a, I don't know, a pond, a small lake. It's not really flowing, is it? Yeah, that's the end there. This just looks so nice, my goodness. Hey, Captain Swiss. Yes, indeed. There are a lot of commercial airliners here. My favorite in this sim is the Tolis Airbus A321. Almost fully modeled. Just like the real thing. Thanks, Alex. Yeah, but yeah, I have the craving to fly more GA just because of the freedom this gives like this. Because airliners are cool that you get to play around with all of the funky high-tech systems, and it gives you that certain level of, how do you say, it scratches that itch of nerdiness if you want to tinker with a lot of electronic stuff. But the actual flying is minimal because most of the time you will be flying in autopilot, or even if you hand fly, you have a dedicated flight plan that you follow. Not like this one where you're more free to move around. You normally don't do this in airliners, right? That seems like a pretty low cloud cover. I wonder if we can make our way across or if we've trapped ourselves. Because normally in VFR you wouldn't be allowed to go past the clouds. And I'm not sure if we can stay under that. We'll see. Where is Oban anyway? Let's increase the range here. We are actually pretty close to Oban. Yeah, if we go straight here, turn left in the next valley, that should head straight into the airport. That's nice. We're actually still going the way we want to go. Flying trucker, this is actually a Kenworth. Yeah, exactly. A flying trucker. Sounds more like it. Oh my goodness, look at those super thick clouds. Looks pretty scary. Could it be raining below that? Unfortunately, you don't see it in X-Plane like how you would normally see it in real life. You would have, if it's raining, you would actually see the rain from afar, and it would break the horizon line because it would be like filled with gray areas signifying the rain. In here, it just looks like this, and when you get inside it, oh my goodness, yeah, that's pretty low. I think we have to go lower here. Maybe 1,500. dial down on the throttle here. The ceiling is getting lower, and this is where a lot of people are getting into trouble in real life. You know, they're flying VFR and suddenly the weather changes, or they don't anticipate it well enough, like what I didn't do, and they get trapped under cloud cover, and suddenly it's IFR. Suddenly it's IMC rather. Instrument, what is MC? Meteorological conditions, something like that. But basically it's, yeah, low visibility. And you have to suddenly rely on your instruments when sometimes you're not prepared. It takes you by surprise. Okay, 1500, stick there. What mines? Good point. Good point. Heard rumors of Western Star making its way in ATS in the near future. Apparently a prefab was found. Yes. If you look at one of the highlights in my channel here on Twitch, we actually accidentally unlocked the Western Star thanks to a mod. So it's not officially out yet, but the mod kind of unlocks it. It's somewhere in Lewiston, I believe, in Idaho. You can hear the slight shaking sound. That's XP realistic. When there's turbulence, the cabin shakes and gives you that very subtle sound. My goodness, that looks so good. The subtle clouds forming up above the mountains there. Yeah, I'm not really familiar with the trucks on the Western Star. What is they call this? The flagship, or the modern truck, the modern model that they have at the moment, because that's probably what SCS will implement. They don't really implement the old models as much as possible. 5700 XE, I see. I think what I tried from the mod is, oh my goodness, I can't remember the names. 4900? Not so sure. One sec, let me look at the weather here. Altimeter 1021 actually, so just that. Stick to 1500 feet here. Nice. Thanks, Alex. Which vid is that? Is that the VOD? Okay, you see the Oban Airport already up ahead in the MFD. We're not going to land just yet. I think we can enjoy the view a bit more. So I was googling this. I was asking you guys in Discord about this. Like, how do you find which airport would be nice to fly in? A couple of suggestions. In the end, I just ended up googling and looking for like best GA airports in the UK and or in Scotland, because Scotland has some nice sites. And Oban was first on the list on that article. And yeah, I think that is definitely a valid decision here. Only the clouds are making it a bit of a party pooper. Might have to push through the clouds, punch through them in a bit. But we'll try to stay below them as much as possible. Yeah, it says here in active sky overcast at 1,000 feet. So it looks like we'll really have to go pretty low just to avoid punching through them. So it looks like it's turning very quickly from a VFR to an IFR, from a VMC to an IMC situation. Oh, thanks, Alex. Yeah, perfect. Have you guys tried the Reno sounds yet? From Krishboom? My goodness, I couldn't believe those were coming from SES. It's just so good. And I listened to the default SES sounds thanks to TGM's video. I also linked that in the Discord. My goodness, those were night and day. I don't know how to explain it, but the ones from SES sounded more like a vacuum cleaner. The one from Krishboom really sounded like a truck, but they were using mostly the same sound samples. So I don't have an idea. Don't have a clue for it. And we're pretty close to the clouds here. My goodness, that's pretty scary. Overcast as overcast can get. Oh, don't go up. I think normally when you're flying VFR, you have to stay a couple of feet below the clouds. I'm not sure what the rule is. Maybe 500 feet below, but yeah. It restricts the movement definitely. Should also have switched to VFR here. If I go down to 1,000 feet, will that make it a lot more, well, scenic at least? Let's try. Sorry, I missed that discussion. Let me catch up to it. Yeah, Discord voice, that's true. Yeah, what Alex said. It's not a very nice scenic tour anymore because of the clouds. It is quite interesting though, I'll give it that. Yeah, let's descend to around 1,000 feet. See if we get a bit more room there. Descend, I say. Oh crap, yeah. We are getting into the clouds now. There we are. That's definitely not something you want. And from here, yeah, this is where the problems start coming in real life. You were flying in a very nice day, suddenly weather changes on you, and you don't have any visuals at all. You try peeking out, but at this point you have to stop peeking out, they say, and start really just focusing on the instruments. Like so. Like, don't even look out. Can we go lower than this? 500 feet. I think that's a bit scary already. I guess we can punch through. Let's punch through. Let's see how far this cloud cover goes. Climb. We'll see if the weather changes in a bit. Airport should be on our left. I think it's somewhere there. There. See it? Oh, that's getting bumpy. Is this what they call in the soup? Looks like it's thinning out though. There we go. Okay. That was coupled with the change from the weather itself. Yeah, that's one of the things that I hope really doesn't happen in FS 2020. That sudden change in weather, it happens periodically in the game. Or I should say in the sim. And it's not a very pleasurable experience because as you're traveling like this, you want to see the weather slowly forming and changing in front of you, not just suddenly switching out of existence and into something completely different which throws you off. Like, how can you plan for something like that? At least in real life, you would see the clouds forming in front of you and you would be able to like decide on something, whether it's time to turn back or it's you can push on, go lower or something like this. But with this kind of weather, just snaps in front of you, whoop, and voila, you are in cloud cover. Volcano, mountain, terrain. Yes, thankfully I'm not as scared anymore because of this fancy G1000 panel in front of us, glass panel in front of us. But if I was in the Cessna, the 172, with the, how do you call those analog panels? Yeah, without any other assistance, no tablet, no ForeFlight or anything, yeah, it's going to be one heck of a headache. Vertigo, eek. Yeah, and with synthetic vision, I don't even need to look outside because I know even where the land is, where the water is. And I have complete visibility and situational awareness on where my plane is headed, how high it's pitching, if I am level, if I'm banking left or right. This is great. My goodness, this is intense cloud cover. All the way from 1,000 feet, we've climbed up to almost 8,000 feet now. And yeah, there's still cloud cover. So I doubt this will leave anytime soon. My goodness. Yeah, I wonder during these cases, is it safe to remove the inertial separator already? Because you're high up there, probably need a bit of performance, but you have a lot of precipitation here in the clouds. There we go, that's starting to clear up. It is pretty laggy though. These clouds really slow down the system a lot. Cloud art looks good, but coupled with active sky, it does slow down the system quite a bit. Let's get rid of inertial separator here. But I'll have to pull back on the throttle. Torque will be climbing around 15% with that transition. Hey, thanks for following. Sorry about that. Thanks for following, Hazar. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Are you also a flight sim fan? Excited for FS 2020? The FSX, the weather data was updated every 15 minutes, but it faded, blended between the changes, wasn't bad. Ah, I see. That's good to hear then. Although I think they remade the entire thing, but based on the videos, and the videos, the teaser videos might not be a good indication for it because those are like the highlight reels, right? It gives you the best of the best, but so far it seems very promising. That the weather moves on its own. That looks pretty good altitude. I'm doing good, Hazar. Just trying to get some flight hours in, get some experience in hand flying this plane. To enjoy that feeling. Instead of relying on autopilot, it's nice to get an actual feel of how the plane flies and behaves against all these different conditions. That looks like a pretty safe altitude. Stay at 14,000 feet maybe. Or flight level 140 more like. But I'm too lazy, I won't even change the altimeter, the QNH anymore. Let's see if the weather changes anytime soon. I think with X-Enviro, the plugin for X-Plane introducing volumetric clouds, they are planning, or they have that kind of steadily morphing weather, but I don't think it's implemented quite as well yet. At least I bought it, but I have it turned off because one, it's too performance intensive for my system, and two, it also flickers, at least for me, the weather. Instead of adjusting slowly, it flickers out of existence and in. Like you have like a second or so where there is absolutely no clouds, so you can see the bottom, and then it suddenly snaps back in. It shouldn't do that, I think, so I'm not sure if there was just a plugin conflict on my end, but yeah. Why did I use this flight? So I wanted to get a feel of how the plane really flies and have the freedom to just fly around wherever I wanted. I was telling the guys a while ago, the bigger airliners, well, the airliners, they are great because their systems are so comprehensive, all the calculations, and it's such a nice experience to fiddle with those systems, but the flight itself is mostly automated. It's mostly autopilot, and even if you hand fly it, most of the time you have a definite flight plan from here to here, from here, this place to that place. It's not like when you're flying GA like this. You can have freedom of flying anywhere you like, and I guess you could argue in the sim you could do anything you like anyway, like what we're doing, but it just doesn't feel right doing that in an airliner, just flying around going nowhere. It doesn't feel right to me. There you go, thanks Jay. And yeah, flying GA smaller planes like this gives you a better feel of the aerodynamics, in my opinion. Man, I absolutely love the look of those clouds. You're level now. No hands. Banking to the left slightly, but I think that's more because of the torque or some of the other factors I'm not familiar with. Man, those clouds are thick. Goodness. Now, how do we land at Oban? Maybe we have to land somewhere else this time. Let's see. If I try and look at, well, we're flying level here. Let me try, actually let me guys take you there. Here, let's look around the map. So we are currently here. We made our way past Oban right there. That's where we came from, those dashed dotted lines. And we can see the weather from here, supposedly. So like if you look at Oban, yeah, there you go. It says VFR. ActiveSkyXP METAR is 250 at 9 knots. Few clouds at 040, so that's 400 feet. But doesn't say anything about those overcast clouds, which is weird. Maybe that's not completely accurate. But yeah, it still says VFR there. Weird. We can try. We can try to land there. Thick. That's a expression that I only recently got well, not really exposed to, but I've heard. Not even sure what that is, but I think it's not nice. Is it? One sec. Maybe it's not updating because I didn't change it this one. Okay, let me change it in ActiveSky. Oban is Egeo. Refresh. Clear. There you go. You can clear the flight plan. You can go at, how what is this? 14,000 feet. The plane is still flying, right? Not yet doing a free fall or anything. Not from my peripheral vision at least. Direct. It's not working. Or did it hang on me? Not valid ICAO destination. Why is that? ActiveSky doesn't even see that airport, my goodness. That would explain it. Fine. Let's leave it as is. So it's saying that the weather here, so ActiveSky, it looks a bit outdated. The time is in red. The nearest weather is VFR. Visibility greater than 5.4 nautical miles. No clouds. Don't think that's the same one. Yeah. Okay, that doesn't work. Gets parachute. Yeah. Okay, let's try some of these airports. There's one here. Echo Golf Papa India. Says VFR. Light rain. Broken at 047. Wait a minute. My bad, that's 4,000 feet, right? The one I saw a while ago. Threw the parachute away. There's no going back now. Okay, let's see how things look like here. I think what we can do is change this one. So if we go, I think there is a way like nearest airport. Nearest, there we go. And that would be Echo Golf Papa India. That's the one we're aiming for, and then we can go direct. Activate. There we go. So at least we get proper guidance in there. And then over here, we can look at the tablet. Say, have a look at the airport, the runway information. Okay, without ILS, there's a runway which is 4,000 in length. I think I'd go for that one. So it's either 13 or 31. 13 or 31. I'm not sure if I can say your name. I'll call you Jack. Welcome to the stream. Good morning. Wrong tag. Close enough. So the weather is QNH is 1020. Wind is 160 at 10 knots. That looks like a 13 runway for landing. Okay. That's 124 on the heading. So let's go for OBS here. Course would be 124. That would aim us properly towards the runway. You can join from here, join the left downwind, and see how that looks. But first we'll have to descend. So let's do just that. Turn on initial separator, landing lights. 1020 I believe is the QNH. It's not appearing. Yeah, let's go based on memory. It could be a donkey. Which one? Inertial separator is on. I think we'll have to do a steeper dive here. A jab. It works. Or maybe not. Descent looks more promising. Yeah, this PFD is so powerful. Get all the info you need. Like you see that, I think they call it the ball or the... No, it's not the ball. They call it something. Yeah, that guy, that green guy there. That tells you where the plane is headed. And given the wind, sometimes it's not always a straight line. Sometimes it's way on the right or the left, depending on the wind. And it's just a very intuitive way to know where you're headed. So right now I'm aiming it directly at the airport, like that. Okay, don't even need to look outside, I can just refer to this one. Very powerful. There we are. Oh, this is beautiful. I think this is my favorite. That in time when you punch through the clouds and you start seeing what's below you. Super cool. Hold smash. Please no. Can you go full idle here? No. It will complain and wait for the landing gear. It will ask for the landing gear if I go any more idle. We have the airport in sight. That should be it. There it is. Good. Okay. Oh yes. Definitely waiting for that one. Flight Sim 2020. It looks amazing. I hope it lives up to the expectations because those expectations are huge. Do we have an approach here? Nah, let's just try and do a visual, although the visual admittedly is not very good. Yeah, it's a bit foggy. Not sure if this is wise. Photo mode in it too, I think so, because we are seeing a lot of photos, and it would be such a waste having those amazing visuals without the photos that come along with it. No bridges? Oh, boo. Deal breaker. Air bridges. That can work. Okay. I think we go join the downwind here. Left downwind. Put in 1 notch of flaps to help us slow down. I hardly have visibility of the runway. There we go. Keep it level. Let's go and turn off that terrain because that's pretty scary. That looks weird, that sphere going smaller and smaller like that. Which makes me doubt that it's not really the one for the glide distance. On 21 knots. Full flaps for landing. Push on the yoke to counteract that lift sensation. Looking good. Alright, now we can make our turn. Probably best if I get rid of the yaw damper as well after we make our turn.
Radar, contact 5 Echo Delta, be clear. Say again? Contact 5 Echo Delta, is flight level 350 available? Contact 5 Echo Delta.
A bit too sharp.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't see it at all. That's fine, we'll worry about that later. Yaw damper removed. Let's get the rudder trim to the middle. Let's get the stabilizer trim in the middle as well. Like so. Okay. Now where is the runway? You guys see it? Craving In-N-Out burger. You think that will ever go outside the US? I'm sure some people have tried getting it out there globally. There. I don't see the runway, man. Let's go through here, extended center line. Turn like so. Runway 13 should be up ahead. Oh, it's there. Dang it, that's a bit... Oh, unstable approach. I should go around now. I'm too lazy. Let's see if we can still catch it. Airspeed is still 90 though, that's good. At least we're stable. Yeah, look at this. That's runway 13. That's a very ugly approach. But we somehow made it still. Just leave that there. Oh, that's... Oh, no. That's what happens when you don't have a stable approach. That's why they say go around. Oh! Let's do it one more time. Let's try it. Let's redeem ourselves there. I would hate to end the stream with that kind of thing. have to redeem ourselves from that embarrassment. Didn't feel a thing. That's the way. Alright. Let's keep the flaps there. One notch.
Roger 550 Hotel, coming flight level 140 to lookout.
Climb to around 1,000 feet.
Flight level 190, 550 Hotel.
I'm even in the stern, I am pretty unstable. There we go.
Air 209, climb flight level 310. Traffic level 310 to 209.
Jack fell out. Hang tight, I see him on the wing there. He's pretty close. Okay, there you go. Landing gear down. 3 green. Landing flaps. The wind has gotten pretty bumpy. Not the easiest one for landing, but we will try. Right, let's make our turn to final. Looks promising. There it is, I see the guidance on the BFD. I'm turning a bit too sharp, aren't I? Yeah, something I still don't get fully. But at least now we should have a bit more leeway to do a more stable approach. We'll see if we do it better this time. Like that. Through here. There it is. Where's the wind? Wind is pretty crosswindy. Dang it. Still high. Should be able to catch up though. That should be okay. There you go. Alright. So I think as good as it can get. Whoa, that's pretty windy. Goodness.
Airspeed.
I'll take that. I will take that. Why were there speed brake sounds though? That was so weird. That one we can do. Everyone clench. Clenching is the key. Clenching is the key. Okay. Looks good. Pretty happy with that. Where is the taxiway? This looks like another runway. Maybe we should look at the diagram of the airport. Okay, that one on the right. Looks like it. Oh, let me out. Yeah, I think that's good enough landing. I'll take that. Do you even get there? Through here? Through this narrow path, maybe? There we go. Yeah, when you're flying with me, you need a sippy cup. Looking good. X marks the spot. Maybe not, but I'll take it. And look at those clouds. It looks so real. My goodness. Good. Well, we kind of survived, I guess. In a way. if you would call that surviving. And now, even more overcast. Yeah, the clouds are reaching this point. Thank goodness we were able to land still. Turn that off. Everything. Leads off as well. Let's turn off track IR. Pick a route. Oh yeah, that would be nice. When Flight Sim 2020 comes out, we can do that. With X-Plane, I don't think it's feasible. Otherwise, we'd get pretty basic sceneries if you just allow to fly anywhere. Yeah, that's a great idea when Flight Sim comes out. We'll see. Love that sound. You decide them routes. Sounds like too much work. So I have to plan multiple routes with just one being taken. Oh, that's too much for me. But yeah, I like the idea of allowing different routes and planning it from there, but only when Flight Sim 2020 comes, so you can fly anywhere and still get an amazing view. You can accumulate Twitch points as you watch, and it depends on the streamer what they are for. Yeah, picking a particular airport, but that can only be done in Flight Sim 2020. In X-Plane, you could end up in a pretty basic scenery if you don't have ortho photos and stuff. So yes, let's line that up. Thanks. Yes, that's what you can do with channel points. Make a craft vehicle even crappier, basically. Sounds good. Let's go and watch that landing as a finale. Yeah, I have zero skill when it comes to Crosswind Landing. I have no idea how to apply any rudder at all. Oh, that was perfect. Almost. Even though we were not in the center line, I'm pretty happy with that. I think the Crosswind Landings I only start learning when I get proper rudder pedals. Very nice, I'll take it. Well, let's just watch that taxi as we end the stream. Thank you guys for hanging out with me all the way. Thanks for taking the sights in with me. Those were some amazing views that we've seen, and looking forward to what we'll find when Flight Sim 2020 comes in. Thanks for hanging out. Catch you guys next time. 2 days from now. Probably ETS2, but we'll see. Thanks guys. Have a nice day. Catch you in Discord in the meantime. Bye. Clumsy flying.